Hello, very warm welcome. What a game at Bramall Lane. 3-3. Sheffield United won it. They lost it. They get a draw. Controversial VAR. Instead of talking about a world-class game for the neutrals, great advert for the Premier League, again we'll be talking about VAR controversy. But it papers the cracks. We didn't deserve a draw. Sheffield United were the better team. Gotta be honest, they battered us for 70 minutes, they bullied us for 70 minutes. Then, to be fair, the team showed fight. But it took them 2-0. We went 2-0 down, and then we saw fight. We get back in the match. We actually looked like we're going to win the game. And then controversy strikes. Was it a handball? For me, Sheffield United deserves something out of the game, so... I mean, it literally bounces up. Did it hit his arm? Did it not? He tried his best to get out the way, really. I think it would have been very harsh to disallow that goal, personally. But Sheffield United, a promoted side, they bullied us for 70 minutes. They were stronger, more desire, more passion. They'd go through fire. They'd die for the badge on their shirt. They were first to everything. They were schooling us. They were playing like Barcelona in red and white. Absolutely banter it was for 70 minutes. For 70 minutes we were utter shit. Solskjaer literally picks Jones, and of course, who makes the first cock up for Sheffield United's goal? Phil Jones. I mean, every man and his dog knows you don't play Phil Jones, yet Ollie's picked him, and then he subs him off at half time. We know he's shit, why pick him in the first place? That was fucking idiotic by Solskjaer. I still can't bring myself to say Ole out. I mean, it does paper the cracks today. We were shit. The only bit of good play, and we scored 3 goals. It was crazy. I mean, who scored their first goal? It was Jones gets put on his arse. I think Fleck it was. Then after half time, Mousse strikes it in the bottom corner. 2-0. Then finally we show a bit of backbone and a bit of courage. Williams, who actually had a very poor game. Brilliant finish by the young lad. I mean, we're not going to dig him out because he's a young lad, but he was awful today. You got to be honest. Is he going to make it at the top level? If he can't perform against Sheffield United, what's he going to be like in the bigger games? No disrespect to Sheffield United, they've done wonders. Chris Wilder's a phenomenal coach. Sheffield United overachieving in the Premier League. Yeah, Brandon Williams gets us back in it. Then Mason Greenwood, the young kid, comes on, scores. Brilliant pass by Marcus Rashford, who also had a very quiet game. Then Rashford, forget. It's like Rashford definitely scored, but I forget the build-up. It was, I think, James. It was a nice 1-2, wasn't it? James took it to the byline, put it back. Rashford couldn't miss. And then comes the controversy bullshit in the last minute. Well, 91st minute. McBurney literally knees it up. Did it hit his arm? Then he volleys it in. I mean, to be fair, we got absolutely slaughtered for 70 minutes. We were embarrassed for 70 minutes. They bullied us, Sheffield United. We let a promoted side bully us. They deserved it. They should have been out of sight at half time if not for David De Gea doing his usual world-class performance. He literally saves a header. Either side of the keeper, it's a goal. And was that the turning point when the Sheffield United fans started singing "You're getting sacked in the morning"? Ole actually made a change. Greenwood made a massive difference, in my opinion. Williams had a poor game, but scores a good goal. Greenwood, Rashford. De Gea, very good. Could he have done anything with the goals? Maybe could have done better with the McBurney volley. Jones, usual shit show performance. Why Ole picked him? He's got Twanzebe on the bench, but he picks Phil Jones. Kamikaze, and then he subs him off. Then Jones costs us a goal, and then he subs him off. It's just pointless. Why do you pick him in the first place? He's a shithouse. Yes, he plays for the club we love, but he's a shithouse. He's awful. He's a League 2 standard player. He's shit. I mean, I was actually happy when I saw the team sheet because Young wasn't playing, but then we have the other kamikaze clown in Calamity Jones. Mr. Breakbones gets injured brushing his teeth. Maguire, for me, our best defender, was winning headers. Every time they went long, Maguire was winning it. He had the captain's armband on. He was shouting at players, trying to get them going. Lindelof steady. Williams had a very poor game, but scored the goal to get us fighting back. On the right side, Wan-Bissaka was steady. Fred and Pereira were non-existent. Pereira, I'm beginning to think he's quite overrated. He was awful today. Like, so many loose passes. It was like he was playing FIFA 20. And then the front three were very, very quiet. And then once the changes came, they came to life. No movement, static. It does paper the cracks. We shouldn't be happy with a 3-3 draw, but then in hindsight we should be, because we got battered for 70 minutes. That's a big insult. Sheffield United were dominant for 70 minutes. They made us look amateurish. They looked the better side. They had hunger, desire. They'd go through brick walls for their teammates. They'd play and die for the badge for Chris Wilder. They showed everything we didn't, but then give credit to Man United. We actually did show fight and courage to get back in the game. A brilliant finish by young Williams. Greenwood, and then Rashford, and then it's literally a VAR controversy again. Instead of talking, it was a great game for the neutral. It was a brilliant game, let's be real. 6 goals, a lot of goals. Obviously, instead of talking about the game now, what a brilliant game, what a brilliant advert for football, what a brilliant advert for the Premier League, how well Sheffield United are doing, how poor we were for 70 minutes. We'll be talking about a McBurney goal in the 91st minute. Was it handball, was it not? It's dumb. Just scrap VAR, it's horseshit. They've got all the cameras, they've got everything they need in that at Stockley Park. Did they make the right decision? Sheffield United deserve something out of the game. For me, they probably deserve to win. It definitely papers the cracks. We were not very good. We were bullied by a promoted side. That is the bottom line. We were bullied. And then we saw a reaction, we saw fight, but where was that fight from minute one? The first half, it was sickening. Sickening to watch. This great club that we are just fall, whimper. No aggression, no fight, no pressing, no movement up front. The only one that comes out today with any credit would be David De Gea for me, because if it wasn't for De Gea, Sheffield, I was just being careful there in case I said Wednesday. That's a big insult. Apologies to Sheffield United fans. Where was I? David De Gea. If it wasn't for him, Sheffield United, they were so good in the first half. They were so good for 70 minutes, but then they seemed to run out of, did their legs go? Were they just easing off for a bit, and then we actually did something? But yeah, pretty frustrating. Definitely a frustrating 70 minutes to watch. De Gea comes out of the game with some credit, and I'd say Maguire with the armband on. He did his job really, Maguire. When the balls were coming, he was winning his headers against the Sheffield United player, Mousse. Then Mousse went off with hamstring problems, pulled up. But yeah, Sheffield United, man, wow, they really are doing well in the Premier League. Fair play to them. But we've got some serious problems at United. I look at that team today, and we're missing big players. Shaw, we need to get Shaw back. Williams really, really did struggle. Yes, he scored a great goal, but he got caught so many times in possession with the ball. Pereira passing. Jesus, I could literally put a bloody bandana around my eyes or a sock over my face, and I'd still be able to find the United shirt more than he did today. The midfield, big risk by Ole. The midfield, he's not got much to pick from, but the midfield today was non-existent. Jones, what was he doing picking Jones? He picks Jones. Jones gets put on his arse, the fraud that he is. They score, and then he subs him off at half-time. Should never have played him in the first place. If you were going to play three at the back, were we playing five at the back with like wing backs, three central defenders? He should have played Twanzebe over Jones every day of the week. I'm actually happy Young was out the side, but Williams, I've got to be honest, he was quite poor today, but the finish was sensational. Oh, it's tough times watching United. They did show fight in the end. It took them to go 2-0 down, 70 minutes, and a cry by the Sheffield United fans of you're getting sacked in the morning. We go 3-2, should see the game out. We should nick. And the title on the video would have been Papers. We win the game, but papers the cracks. And it does paper the cracks. Even though we got a point, did we deserve a point? Probably not. Literally showed 10 minutes of brilliance, and apart from that, the rest of the game we were horseshit. And it's the story of our season. Strap your seatbelts in, because it's going to be bumpy. I mean, Man City coming up, Tottenham coming up, Europa Leagues. Oh, it's lovely. We've got Aston Villa as well, I believe. Aston Villa, Tottenham, that'll be epic, coming up against Jose. And then the Manchester derby on my birthday. Can't wait for that. Yeah, so Bramall Lane, it was a thriller. It was an epic game. 3-3. Sheffield United 3, Man United 3. It papers the cracks. Sheffield United, in my opinion, deserved the win. They showed everything we didn't. But then, 10 minutes of brilliance, we get back in the game. And then a controversial handball, was it not? It literally bumps up onto him. Yeah, and tomorrow, when you're watching Sky Sports News, turning on your phones, we'll be talking about a VAR controversy instead of what a brilliant game it was, like we do nearly every game. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below. Man of the match. You could only give it De Gea and Maguire, in my opinion. Worrying times for United, but we'll keep supporting this club through thick and thin. We die. We would go through walls. We would die for this badge. I do not believe them players would. I've got to say it. Sheffield United would. Would the Man United players. Social media lovies. Thanks for watching. Adios.